What up, crew? Welcome back to Cine Chamber. Today we got the entire gang. We watched a movie that Dayton had selected for last month's movie review. It's Josie and the Pussycats. Uh, so Josie and the Pussycats, it says it came out in 2001 on August 6th in the United States. It says Josie, Melody, and Val are three small town girl musicians determined to take their rock band out of their garage and straight to the top while remaining true to their look, style, and sound. They get a record deal, which brings fame and fortune, but soon realize they are pawns of two people who want to control the youth of America. They must clear their names, even if it means losing fame and fortune. It's a parody, satire, comedy, music genre movie, and it is directed by this guy who. So when we were already went through all this, those here who are watching this, I forgot to record, so we have to start over. So all my friends get to hear this again. It is directed by this guy Harry Elfont, and then um, this other girl Deborah Kaplan, which I think this is the first movie on the channel directed by two people. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Mhm.
And then it stars our three girls in the band, which is Rachel Lee Cook, who plays Josie McCoy, and
She
then
looks totally different without that mole on her face. 100% different.
Mole.
Oh, it's a spot on my screen. Never mind.
Oh, that's amazing. And then we got Tara Reid as Melody Valentine and Rosario Dawson as Valerie Brown. Now, she has a mole on her face, though, Daphne, as you can see right
I'm
there.
so embarrassed.
That's the best self-report you could have done, Daphne.
It's so good. Okay, so there's a few important side characters. You got played by Gabriel Mann. You got Alan M, who's Josie's, I believe, boyfriend and or love interest, something like that. The other important side character is played by Paolo Costanza, and that's Alexander Cabot, who's the Josie and the Pussycats band manager. And then the less important side character is his sister, played by Missy Pyle, who is Alexandra Cabot. And then you got the villains, which is played by Alan Cumming, and this is Wyatt Frame. And then someone played by Parker Posey, which I think she has an interesting name. Parker Posey is her real name. It sounds like a movie character name, but her movie character name is Fiona. And she's the record company executive, the main one in charge. So, yeah, basically, we can just get into the reviews now, and we'll let Dayton do his review first, even though he was halfway through his review and I had to stop him. So let's hope he has his good thoughts back.
You got this,
Yeah.
Dayton.
So I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the acting was really well done too. Everybody that had this character, I was totally bought into it. I like the progression and kind of the play on like the behind the music exposure and stuff with the first band of Du Jour getting killed off and them kind of like doing a nod to all the musicians that die in freak accidents and stuff like that. It's really like, I thought it was really well thought out for how they kind of built up this conspiracy theory, where I think like um, on face value, people could take it as like being legit and serious or anything like that. And then it's actually the opposite intention on their part is like just kind of poking fun at all the conspiracy theories and stuff, which are now like rampant in today's age. But I love the progression of the movie. I thought everything was timed out very well, from the first band going down to the hometown startup, and then to them making it, and then the corruption and the jealousy that was created between the band and everything. I did think it was weird that, like, and I don't still quite understand it, but why? And maybe it's just because she's like the intelligent one, I guess, out of the two. But the beef and the feud between Val and Wyatt, trying to like really separate out Val, where Melody didn't get any of that treatment. She was very like welcomed in and all this kind of stuff. So I thought that was kind of just odd, but overall, I liked the movie quite a bit. Obviously, I've seen it before, and it's one that I have listened to the soundtrack many times and have watched multiple times, and it still gets me to laugh and chuckle here and there. So overall, I'm going to give the movie an 8 out of 10 cat ears.
Love it.
You know, Dayton, I think it might be because Val was the smart one,
Yeah.
and they were really intimidated by smart people, and Melody seemed
Yeah,
like the traditional dumb blonde, you know, where I
right.
don't think they thought she would catch on. That's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of how
yeah,
I took it, at least. But
for sure. Yeah, and she's vegetarian. They like coerced her into wanting a Big Mac. You know, it shows how easily
Yeah.
she was able to be mended. You know,
manipulated,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's fair. All right, Jeff, you want to give your review?
Oh, yeah, I'll give it 8 lampshading attempts out of 10. I really like it. I would, if I was being really objective, I guess I'd give it 7, but it's personally formative, so it gets an extra point for that. I thought Alan Cumming as an antagonist really stole the show. I thought he was amazing in it. It is really interesting to watch this post Epstein Files stuff. Like it's pretty,
Yeah.
and seeing the connection of like the fashion industry and the people up top of that being connected to his trafficking, and there is this like really kind of gross feeling at times if you read into it too much for me. And
Yeah.
yeah. Also, I thought it was really interesting. Wanted to look at a real life example of like somebody listening to a thing and like actually changing and acting weird. So it wasn't listening, but it was reading. And so the CIA, one of their psyops, they released a book, a new age book that blew up back in like the 70s. And I wish I could remember what the book was called. I can look it up. It's in a YouTube video called "We're in Hell," a 4-hour video about MK Ultra. This is a real book that exists. But
Mhm.
basically, they got this hypnotist professor to help them make this book where it makes people think new agey. But if you're 1 out of 5 people are really weak to hypnotism, right? So if you're one of those people and you start reading it, it will fuck with you. The book will start like making you
That's
feel
interesting.
weird and like make you like kind of hazy, and so that's a real life example.
Yeah.
So it's pulling from reality. That's the weirdest part, and it's all lampshades. It's all lampshades. That's it.
All
That's my
right.
review.
Braden, what you got?
I'd give it 7.5 Carson Dailies out of 10. I mean, the movie started with an anal sex song, so that
Yeah.
just you know what you're in for right when you come into it. The jokes on consumerism, pop culture is so good. The music is outstanding. It's just a fun time. Parker Posey is so good as a villain. I think she was my favorite part of the movie. Um, it's a treat, a time capsule of the early 2000s. You gotta watch it. I love it.
Perfect. Jason, what's your thoughts?
All right. I'm gonna give it 7 Big Mac advertisements out of 10. And I think it doesn't get a higher rating for me purely because this was my first watch through of it. I did not watch it during a very formative time of my life. I'm also watching it out of its like decade context. But I have I have a lot of like unresolved, like there's a lot of, I need answers. This posed a lot of questions that I felt were important and they never got answered. Why was Fiona so weird with the girls in her bedroom? Why was that a thing?
Yeah.
Why? I like it was interesting, but in like a very disturbing way. And then it was just like, oh, that never happened. Don't think about that again.
Yeah.
I would like a little bit more commentary on why the literal whitest character in the movie was really mean to the blackest character in the movie. Like Wyatt was a dickhead to Val, and it's hard not to look through a slightly racist context, especially with it being like a Y2K film. The consumerist commentary was really, really good. It to me, this was like a marriage of Confessions of a Teenage Diary mixed with the live action The Grinch and like the commentary on like consumerism through that story. It was like the perfect blending of those two things. Like you can tell it's at war with itself a little bit and it knows it's contradictory because it's both like totally reveling in like the pop culture, celebrity culture, like fame thing, but it's also aware of how like goofy everyone is when they're a part of that. But it still sensationalizes it a little bit, so it's like it like really teeter totters back and forth between those two things, which I think makes it a really fun film. But at times it like why did the original boy band they came back at the end and did fuck all.
Yeah.
Like they weren't important except for maybe one of spoilers, one of them kind of flirting with the really unimportant first band manager's sister.
Yeah.
That like I need resolution, people. But it was a really fun watch. Highly recommend watching it in a group of people. That's the way to do it. I don't know if I would seek it out on my own, but in a group setting, it is a fun watch. So 7 out of 10 for me.
All right, Daphne.
All right. I'm gonna give this. I had something in my brain. What was it? Oh man. Well, eight subliminal messages out of 10. So I don't know what it is about this movie. I swear I saw this so many times when I was younger because my older siblings were into it, and I mean I was still kind of a child. I was like 7 when this came out. But I swear I've seen this so many times, but I could not remember anything about it. When we watched it again, I was like, I feel like I'm watching it for the first time again, and I feel like it's the subliminal messaging. It's gotta be. It's something that made me forget everything.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
It was really enjoyable to watch. I wish that I could go back and watch it again when a lot of the references were current, but I feel like so much of it still comes true today in 2026 because the amount of advertising, like the number of times they like put like a Pepsi can or something like in our view during the show, it reminds me so much of just the world today where we're just constantly being advertised to about everything, and the silly little advertisement background and the music is like stuff they would still try to advertise today on the side of your screen while you're scrolling through Facebook or on the very bottom while you're playing a game or anything. It's just like constant. So I still felt like it was super relevant. I definitely saw what you were saying with like the racism aspects and some sexism things in there, obviously, because it's early 2000s. That's just kind of the vibe back then, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. I felt like all the characters were super fun. The music was enjoyable to listen to. I mean, I felt like it was something I could easily just play in the background while I'm doing stuff around the house and still enjoy it. And um, yeah, lots of quirky, fun little jokes. And I thought it was hilarious that basically the entire movie takes place over a period of like a week.
Yeah.
And just the amount of change that happened in their life in a week, but yet it was like the end was really only their first show. So I mean, most of it was just all background, what their experiences were without even actually playing the music. So but yeah, overall I felt like it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Great. That's great. All right, I'll give my review then. I guess I'm gonna probably have to give it 8 number one songs out of 10. So I really like quirky, dumb humor that comes like out of the 2000s era. And like I could see that if I would have watched this back in that day, it would have been like the top peak, one of the top peak comedies for me in general. Right alongside some of my favorites like Anchorman, Zoolander, Idiocracy, The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard, Scary Movie. All of those came out in that area. Even some other really good ones like Mean Girls, Waiting, Napoleon Dynamite. They all were of that 2000s era. And that's like the peak era of comedy. So because I mentioned that, I'm going to go on a little side tangent here. And I want to shout out some of my favorite comedies from other decades as well, other than the 2000s, even though that's where like most of them live for me, probably because it was a pivotal point in my life. But in the 80s, my favorite comedy is This Is Spinal Tap, which is like one of the most timeless, dumb comedies out there to ever exist because it's a mockumentary and it's just so good. In the 90s is probably Last Action Hero, which we, watched and reviewed on this channel together, which is just very dumb, but also very genius um, movie because of the way it is. In the 2010s, after this era, I feel like comedy really died pretty hard, and there's no really good comedies in the 2010s that I can even think of. So I actually give it to One Cut of the Dead, which is like a Asian zombie movie that's also kind of a comedy, and that's one of the most genius movies of all time, in my opinion, the way it's put together. And then in the 2020s, I feel like maybe there's starting to be a revitalization of comedy with like the movie The Naked Gun that came out last year. That movie's absolutely hilarious. It's the same type of dumb humor as, some of those older comedies are. And yeah, and I only went on a side tangent about comedies because I feel like comedy movies as a whole are kind of their own league of movies compared to almost every other genre of movie. Because other genres include comedies, but like, I don't know, comedies just have like to be a pure comedy is way more difficult to be made than like other genres, I guess. Anyway, um, so the band girls themselves are really silly, especially Tara Reid's character of Melody. She's just, because she's playing a dumb blonde, and I like they're so silly. Even the smarter one, I feel like, they're really stupid because they signed a deal with this major record company without reading the contract whatsoever. And then I'm especially upset at their band manager who like let them sign this contract without reading the contract himself. Like he could have lost all rights to even knowing them essentially in this contract. And he's like, "Yeah, go for it," just cuz the record company was like, "We'll make you rich." So then there's the two main villains that own the record company. You got Wyatt and Fiona, and those are definitely my favorite characters of the film. Um, then there's this one scene of them where they're like working out their grand master plan. That's just so funny to me because they're doing this insane smirk, and then they go back and forth smirking at each other and doing this like evil laugh that's so ridiculous. It just got me. It was so good. Yeah, the brand advertisements that are shown throughout the entire movie are hilarious because I mean they're even on their shower curtains, like all their bed covers are covered in brand stuff, and every single room that they stayed in that the record company owned is just filled to the brim with ads everywhere. So yeah, I really like the intellect in this movie behind putting like the subtle advertising hidden in plain sight message. Because like that's especially where the world is now with advertisements. They're more prevalent than ever. They're worse than they ever were before. And it's kind of just it really has a true like half genius side um, to this movie of made in the past that's reflecting into our current future. It's kind of similar to me. It reminds me of like Idiocracy, where there's some half truth being reflected into our reality. So my other final thoughts on this is, yeah, Josie and the Pussycats music's pretty fire. I agree. I really do wish we saw more of the band in the beginning of the movie, the du jour that was, killed off. And it was also really crazy to me how some really big name actors played the characters in Du Jour. You have like Seth Green, who's in Austin Powers, Without a Paddle, and Sex Drive, and you have Donald Faison, who's in the show Scrubs and from the movie Clueless, and then you got Breckin Meyer from the movies like Road Trip, Rat Race, and Clueless as well. All good comedies, kind of from around that era as well. And then you have this one guy, his name's Alexander Martin, and he doesn't really have any other notable works. And so then at the end of the movie, when the band comes back and they're all covered in casts and stuff, and you can't recognize anybody, the only one you can recognize is Alexander Martin, the guy who's like not in any other movies. And then he gives like a little speech at the end. And my thought was they probably just didn't want to pay extra money to the big actors for du jour to come back at the end of the movie. And so they just had the lesser known guy give a speech. So, okay, those are my thoughts. All right, Brandon, I know you, I don't know what kind of thoughts you got since you just watched it. What you got?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm at had to pause at like the last concert there. So
Mm,
um I also had very similar thoughts about how smart like the advertising was. McDonald's shower cracked me up. With the Ronald McDonald on the sink. It was
yes.
funny. Um and just kind of going back to like the Epstein stuff kind of was a little freaky now that we know more
Mm-hmm.
about like Victoria's Secret and all the other stuff. It's like uh, that was a little too close to home. um I was getting pretty nostalgic too with like the vibrant colors and the fishbowl, like the fishbowly lens on some of the scenes. Made me miss some of the like the '90s music videos,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, it definitely reminded me of the obvious racism with Val. It's just like not getting invited. Like, oops, sorry, you're not invited, and then just moved on. Like, "Ew, yeah, that's unfortunate. We are in an early 2000s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, but quite honestly, it reminded me of Spice Girls had a movie like this called Spice
Mm-hmm.
World, and I loved that movie. That
That's
was
where I
my
was.
band. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched that movie. I was a huge Britney Spears fan. Um, so it was and I didn't even know this movie existed until Dayton put it on the list. So
Mm-hmm.
um overall it kind of, if I was a 12-year-old, even a 12-year-old girl, man, this is like a good movie.
Yeah.
As
I mean, that
as
was
a 12-year-old girl, I knew Josie and the Pussycats as an actual real life band. I didn't realize they were a movie band. I thought they were a real band. I non-ironically
yeah,
listened to
same.
their music in middle school.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so good.
No, so like I get it, man. The Spice Girl, Josie and the Pussycat thing, like it's fun. Um, Seth Green in the beginning cracked me up because watching him like perform compared to the other band members, um, you could tell that his heart really wasn't in it. He was
Yeah.
being kind of sarcastic about it, and that made me laugh. um, I first thought one of the actors with him was what's his name from Overland Park and the I Love You Man, one of the main
Oh,
characters.
Jason Segel.
No, the other guy.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I
He
think
did
of Paul
Ant
Rudd.
Man. Paul
Paul
Rudd.
Rudd.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought one of the guys was Paul Rudd, and I thought, oh no way, this is gonna be an amazing movie.
yeah.
But um, Man, overall, I'll give it 7 out of 10, and
Yeah.
it would have been a lot better if, yeah, if you watched it in a group. Watching it on
Yes.
1.25 times on a computer is
Not as
one
good.
is an experience.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, Brandon, don't take my face again. Okay.
Yeah.
It's my face, not your face.
No, my face. Wish your mama give you a better face.
Okay, so then we'll go here into the fun facts and trivia and stuff about the film. So to stay with the consumer economy tone of the film, from beginning to end, there are approximately 73 companies who have product placements shown, from logos to actual items, ranging from entertainment, electronics, fashion, food, hygiene, and cars. And then no money was received from all of the product placements in the film. They didn't get any money
Wow.
from
I
any of
was
I
it.
totally
really
thought they
curious
would.
about that.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that because I saw a lot of McDonald's and Target.
Yeah, yeah, same. And yeah, they got no money from anyone. So I thought that was really interesting.
Crazy.
So Rachel Lee Cook's singing voice is actually dubbed by the lead singer of the band Letters to Cleo, Kay Hanley. It's not actually Rachel Lee Cook's voice singing.
Hmm.
Due to the levels of profanity and adult themes, the family-friendly Archie Comics, who published the original Josie and the Pussycats like comic stories, they actually denounced this film and discouraged people from seeing it, because even those, and then strangely, many years later, the comics would not only be fine with, but they also promoted the TV show Riverdale that came out in 2017, which is based on Archie's stories, which also features Josie, Melody, and Valerie as secondary characters in the show. And though that show is arguably darker and has more adult storylines than this movie did.
Hmm.
So that's funny.
That's fun.
Yeah. In order to preserve the wholesome image of Josie and the Pussycat, Archie Comics demanded that there was a scene where Josie and the Pussycats were seen brushing their teeth. That
What?
was so funny. They're like, they denounce the movie, but they're also like, you got to make sure they're brushing their
Brush their
teeth in
teeth.
this freaking movie.
You
Kids
gotta
need to
brush
brush
those
their teeth.
pearlies.
Okay,
That's weird.
so originally Fiona, her character was supposed to have been very fat when she was younger, but it was actually Parker Posey who suggested that Fiona instead have a speech impediment for her character, and I thought that was actually way better. And then also, despite being billed as part of the top cast, Parker Posey only appears in the movie for 32 minutes. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
The film was meant to be the first in a series of live action adaptations of Hanna-Barbera cartoons that would be geared towards older audiences who grew up with them, with raunchier humor. And the film's failure actually kicked or killed off such plans. And so the following film, the Scooby Doo movie that came out in 2002, was actually edited to be PG, and so they could avoid repeating the mistakes of this film of the time.
Damn.
Right? Could you imagine a more PG-13 rated
I'm
like
just
Scooby
surprised they
Doo
haven't
movie?
tried to revive that. Like that's in this universal movie bullshit that we live in now. Like, why
Hmm.
haven't they tried to do that again?
Right?
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, this was really strange too. So later in 2001, after this movie was released, Josie and the Pussycats would become one of the first films to auction off their props on eBay. Those that includes wardrobes, costumes, production materials, props, as the concert program brochures, the 3DX cat ear headphones, Josie's guitar, items like that. I guess.
They had to make that money they didn't get from the advertisers.
Yeah, no joke.
Right.
Yeah.
What'd you
Just
pick up, Dayton?
he got these cat ears. For...
Yeah, I say, did you get the cat ear ones?
I got Tara Reid's toothbrush.
Fair, bro. Okay,
It smells
so
like cigarettes.
does she smoke cigarettes? I guess.
I don't know. She just
She looks like it.
looks. Yeah.
Okay, so
I was gonna
actually,
say it, but
talking about Tara Reid, so her and Carson Daly actually started dating in real life after meeting on the set of this movie. And they actually became engaged and then ended their relationship in June of 2001, like after this movie was released.
What?
that's wild.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That is.
Okay, so this one also, this is one of the last films to prominently feature the World Trade Center Twin Towers before they were destroyed in September 11th.
No way.
Which is kind of funny because when we were watching it, I think I mentioned, oh, look, it's the World Trade Center. And yeah, I guess this is one of the last films, but it makes sense because it came out in early 2001.
Wild.
Okay, so we'll move on to the questionnaire part of the game of the fun questions. So, Dayton, I'll start with you. Why did you pick this movie?
It was just something that I remember being. I felt like it was obscure enough where I didn't think too many people would see it. I try to keep like a new experience when I pick movies. Um, Almost to the fact where sometimes I pick movies I haven't seen either, but they look like a good time. Like Frankie Frico was one of those.
Hmm.
I love
And
that movie.
my next suggestion is actually one of those too. I haven't seen it, and so this was one that I kind of thought was like a hidden gem, and then was also like kind of a uh, I don't know, kind of like a pinnacle point of movies and music for me, to where I really felt like finally the music that was kind of like 2001 pop punk isn't wasn't a big thing then. And so like if you were listening to um, punk in general, it was, or emo at that time or whatever, it was kind of like the outcast of that. And I felt like this movie at that time stood out so much to me because it was showing like the way things were going, like going from a boy band to more of the pop punk style. So I felt like it related to me.
Yeah, makes sense. And did you prepare a question for me?
I did. I didn't know if you want to do that early on. I wasn't gonna try to like take on.
I
I
say,
didn't want to ask you a question that you already had planned. So
okay.
I was gonna just go improv with it.
Yeah, so I say go for it because that's the exact reason why, because I want to make sure you don't ask a question that I already planned, because I actually prepared extra questions just in case you ask a question
Nice. I
that
did the same.
I.
Oh yeah. Oh cool.
Oh my god, these
Um,
nerds! They came with backups. Look at them. Who can out nerd the other? I got extras.
All right, all right.
It's a group project, guys. We all get the same grade. You don't have to flex so hard.
Sorry,
Freaking
sorry.
jigsaw
That's funny.
over here.
so yeah, so my question for you, Jace, is you used to be a lead singer of a band, right?
Okay,
And
yeah.
so let's put yourself in this position where all of a sudden that band becomes big, but they make you the main name of it.
Mhm.
So now what would your band name be? And I would say you don't have to stay to animals necessarily, but whatever you want to do. So it'd
Yeah.
be like Jace and so, and then you also have to choose what would be your prop. What would be your gimmick that you would wear?
Okay. Let's go with I'll go with so cats are like basically my favorite animal. So I'll go to my next favorite animal and will be Jason the spider monkeys. So I guess our prop
Yeah.
would be prehensile tails.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, like the monkeys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Saw that coming.
that'd be pretty fun. So okay, I just gotta say, I'm gonna also add a little bit onto your question, Dayton, because my backup question, or I had a second question for you, and that was, we are a band, Dayton and the what? What's the band name? And then so what I'm gonna add on to this question is, what's our role in the band? So if we're doing it off of me, Jason, the Spider Monkeys, I'll be the lead vocalist. I was already a vocalist in a band. It makes so much sense. I think Brandon is our saxophone player. It just feels
Nice.
right. You're gonna be our drummer.
Yeah, I feel like with such a big guy, like I'm either a drummer or a bassist. Like that's just how that goes, you know? Either
Mhm.
because if I'm somewhere up like front, like bassist you keep off on the side, or you put a drummer in the back, right? If
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in the front of it, someone's getting shadowed out. You know what I'm saying? So
So
I agree
fair.
with that choice.
So
I
fair.
agree.
And then Jeff is gonna be our bassist. I just think he would be
Nice.
like with his leather jackets and stuff. He'd just be
Ah,
rocking the bass with his son of shades. It'd be so sick. He'd be so tight up there.
you're too nice to me.
Okay, Braden.
Oh,
Braden, you are our lead guitarist, I think.
Guitarist?
Yeah, you're the lead guitar.
Good
I don't
fingers.
know. Just feel like it. And so, Jacelyn, I think you're our other guitarist. Because, there's two guitarists. So
Your
you're
backup
the other
guitarist.
guitarist. And then, Daphne, man. Okay, so we got a saxophone player already. What instrument is
I
Daphne
already know what I
playing?
would be, and it wouldn't be an instrument.
I was gonna say level-headed. She needs to be manager.
I mean,
She's in
I'm
charge
Oh,
of our money.
That's so fair. That's what I was kind of thinking too. What do you think,
manager
Daphne?
/ backup dancer.
Backup dancer.
Perfect.
Yeah, I
Okay,
see
so
that.
Nailed
you're
it.
you're the manager, you're the backup dancer, and you're also when we need like our improv, like triangle or what's that
Yeah, xylophone.
bell? What's that
yeah,
little
or like
bell
some
shaker
voiceover
thing?
work that needs to like happen
Tambourine.
between songs or something.
Yeah,
No, Daphne, you're
tambourine.
the feature. You're out of nowhere when we need
Yeah,
the extra spice.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
feature
I
that
just
just
want to
shows
see
up.
yeah, you're
our
the Spice
list on
Girl.
the website of like name, role in the band, and then Daphne's is at the bottom, and it's just like her entire resume of like cowbell, tambourine,
Yeah.
triangle, gong,
Yeah.
manager, bus driver, pizza delivery woman. Like
She's like a Slipknot
Yeah.
member.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a woman of many talents.
she wears every
And
hat that
mommy.
the rest of us can't be bothered to wear.
Mhm.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
about right.
That's good. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Jeff,
Uh-oh.
your question.
No.
Okay, what is a brand that you think is genuinely cool and why?
A band that I think is
A
just
brand like
brand.
Target,
That's a
McDonald's,
good one.
any
Oh,
kind of product. And why do you
This is
think
a
it's
dude.
cruel
cool?
question.
Yeah, that's
There's
You're
Uh,
challenging him with this one.
there's brands out there I think are cool.
but so brand, like it can just be any company or
Yeah.
Company product. What I mean,
okay. Well, yeah, sure. That can happen. Sure. Like there's nonprofits if
no,
that's
it should be
if
brand.
we're just doing
right.
brands like oh my god. I think there was this really cool one which is called like Give Direct, something like
Okay.
that, where you just straight up put money into you send money to them and then they send money to like the PayPal accounts of people in Africa that just need money. They don't do any bullshit of like anything
Alright.
else. That's a really good one. That's
All right. That is a
you know,
genuinely
that-
cool brand. You are right.
that
Now
is-
choose a brand that makes $1 billion a year at least.
SpaceX.
You think
He thinks
SpaceX is cool?
No, fuck no.
Nerd.
I would say I know one that is I think genuinely cool that makes that kind of money. Steam. Valve.
I mean,
yeah, Steam.
until the guy, who's the guy that's head of Steam? What's his
Gabe
name?
Newell.
Gabe
Yeah,
Newell, I
until
think.
he's not in charge of it,
Yeah.
until he
Oh, yeah.
dies,
I
and he
agree.
gives. Yeah, that's the timer. Like
But
the rest of the game industry,
yeah.
like we're losing it all, baby.
But right now, genuinely cool. Okay,
Mine's
Braden.
Aldi's.
Aldi's.
Yeah, dude, that's dope. Yep, they're so.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
I was saying
That's a
having the
good
Trader
big
Joe's.
corporation that still does like good stuff. So
Yeah.
that I know of, they could be doing some backdoor shit.
Yeah, some backdoor lover shit. Okay, Braden. How would you laugh if you were an evil record company executive trying to execute a criminal master plan?
I thought the last question was bad, but I'm so glad I didn't get this
That
one.
was good. Yeah. I love
Gotta
that
practice.
question.
He left the screen.
You killed him.
There's just the void.
It was like breaking up, but I heard
God,
it. It was
That was
there.
the perfect analog horror, like distant. What the fuck was that? Oh, there must be a message underneath there.
Oh, I loved it. He's
That was
Gonna
it.
gone
come back
though.
with the best one.
I blew him up. He's off screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
All right.
sweetie.
Jacelyn, you are able to put subliminal messages underneath music. What is the message?
Oh man. Oh.
When
I
in
think
doubt.
it's something very frantic. It's like, think for yourselves. It's not too late. Think for yourselves. It's all an illusion. Something just really frantic that makes everybody as anxious as I am all the time.
Perfect.
When in doubt, double down. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Daphne, if you could invent a fake product that everyone is brainwashed into wanting, what would that product be?
A fake product? Like it can't be a real product.
Well, okay. Yeah. You're making the product, so it's not real now.
Hmm. Well, I mean, has to include everyone, but
Well, they're
I think
brainwashed.
my primary target would be like teen boys. But
All right.
Uh-oh.
I think we're thinking like the same train of thought right now.
it's
Uh-oh.
definitely like a deodorant. Like
Yes, exactly. I was like, I'm gonna make a video game soundtrack, and it's just gonna be like deodorant is the coolest thing you've ever heard of, and you use it every day.
yeah, not necessarily antiperspirant. I'm kind of against the whole aluminum thing. Jason knows, but I feel like Old Spice tries, but it doesn't succeed. And so, if I could make a deodorant that truly anybody could wear, and they would, that's probably what it is.
Here's the thing, though. You brainwash them, so they're gonna wear this deodorant.
Yeah. I mean, it
I
can
can't
be like a
believe we were
neutral,
thinking the exact same thing.
non-smelling, no fragrances, whatever, so nobody has allergic reactions or whatever. But as long as they wear it and I don't have to smell it, that'd be great.
All right. I'm here for it. All right.
I work around a lot of men, all right?
You work around a lot of teenage boys.
It might as well be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Brandon.
Yeah.
What's something society encourages people to buy that they probably don't need?
Man, a lot of things.
This is the perfect time for you to say deodorant.
Yeah. Deodorant. Oh my gosh. You know what makes me think of is I remember when Bluetooth first like started becoming a thing back. I felt like in like 2016, 2017, I felt like it was like really being pushed upon me. like Bluetooth things,
Okay.
earbuds, microphones, everything. But I wanted my earphone jack. I was very in love with it. um, and especially now, uh, I still think Bluetooth is, yeah, it's convenient because it's wireless, but it's still a lesser product. And now that I know more about like flock cameras and like I like the tags and everything that they're kind of accounting for, and they can like now pull the Bluetooth information from your car, or at least there are that's the theory about that right now. I think Bluetooth products are
Okay.
like the social ID, or at least the start of that. And also too, like I'm not a very big Apple fan, and I never really have been. And I just felt like whatever Apple produced, all the products that other companies made, just like was just like, yes, we'll just bow down and make those products. And they were like big into the Bluetooth earbud stuff. So I was like, part of my rebellion too is just like everybody wants to be like freaking Apple. Like, can't you just make something else? Even doesn't even have to be better. Just something else. Um,
Yeah.
and that really bugged me as well.
Well, that's so fair. All right, Dayton, since you only got the one question, um, which is just why'd you pick the movie, I'm gonna give you a bonus one. Um, you can choose which bonus question you want. Do you want to assign each of us a character from the movie, or do you want to find the fake tagline for the movie?
Let's do character assignment.
Okay.
Cool with that.
Yeah, so okay, so there's, I want to say it's the ones I mentioned. So there's, I think, let's hear, there's 8 of them, and there's 7 of us. So one person will not be assigned, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you got Josie.
Okay.
You got what, we can go through them and then you can assign.
Yeah, let's do that. I think I have an
Um,
idea of all the characters, but
Perfect. You got Josie, you got Melody. You have Valerie. You got Alan M. You got Alexander. You got Alexandra. What's this guy's name? Wyatt. And then you got Fiona. Okay. Josie. Do you assign any of us Josie?
Josie, I would assign to Daphne. Actually,
Oh,
I think
Okay.
out of everybody, she's probably going to be like the purest that people would try to like corrupt, and I
oh
think she'd
no.
do the best at withstanding it. So,
Great. I
Thanks.
love
Fair. Interesting.
that. Melody.
I'll sign myself Melody. I relate. I relate to that.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel
Very
like
loving.
that's
Very
And,
loving.
and you are the
yeah,
drummer
just
for
always
our
look on the
band.
bright side stuff. Oh yeah, dude. Very, very valid.
Okay. Valerie.
I'll give Val to Jacelyn. I think that she
Oh.
would be the one that would call out the shit if stuff was going down. Yeah.
Makes sense. She's the prettiest one.
That's not nice.
Yeah, Jeff, you know, we all know I'm the prettiest one.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. No, you're not.
Okay. Alan M.
He's the top one. I'm actually gonna assign. I'm trying to think of who's coming up.
I say you want to skip him for now?
I know who I'm gonna skip already.
Okay.
Yeah, let's skip him for now.
Okay. Alexander.
Alexander. I'm gonna give that to. I'm gonna give that to Braden actually.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so crazy, but I could just when he brought back like du jour concert tickets, I was like, that would be something. Bray would be like, I've been out here working so hard, and that wasn't. He's going to du jour.
Oh, I love it. Braden, you might be muted if you're talking.
My bad. That was funny.
Okay. Alexandra.
I'm skipping her.
Okay. Okay. Wyatt.
Dude, that's you, Jace.
Let's go.
White ass
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Yeah.
Let's go. I signed the bands.
All right, now I gotta think of these last two. What should I?
Yeah. Fiona and Alan M.
Fiona. Hmm. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna give Alan M to Brandon, which leaves Fiona going to Jeff.
Oh
And
shit.
Love it.
Feel
Fucking
like
Nah. I'm a fucking
just-
queen.
I'm thinking of like the mastermind behind the stuff. But it's just so funny too because it's like at the end of the day, especially when you couldn't name a cool brand, like you would have, what would be your in subliminal message? Just like you know what I mean? So that's what was that final decision.
I love it.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
Jeff and I have to practice our maniacal laughs together.
Oh
It's
shit.
true.
I don't got
And I
it.
think Brandon's probably the only one that I don't know if you can. But I feel like you have the most acoustic guitar experience here.
That's
Oh.
Hey.
true.
Oh
He's
shit.
like,
Oh no.
Yeah, he's like, let me grab my
Yeah.
acoustic
His own
guitar.
prop. Man has his own prop.
Watch
Oh,
out.
that's so good.
That's
The
good.
kids actually just fucked it up, but otherwise I
Oh,
would have played
no.
it for you.
Oh no.
Perfect.
You're gonna put on your solo set for us.
That's right, yeah.
As long as your dogs aren't out like Alan M's, where that was really upsetting how much his flip flopped feet were in frame. That pissed me off
Really? Well, I do
irrationally.
love flip flops, so it will
I
probably
didn't.
happen.
He can have them. He can wear them. I just don't want to have to see them. Okay.
It's too
I'll
bad.
send you my pictures later of my dogs.
Okay, so we'll do the last thing, which is spinning the wheel.
Hold on, wait.
What?
We haven't heard Braden's maniacal laugh.
We did hear it.
Oh.
I thought you did. I did a good
I
one.
didn't.
That was
What?
No.
fine.
I
didn't
don't know
hear
what's
it.
wrong with my
No, all I
mic.
heard was an analog like that's it.
He did it
Really?
so good. He did it so good and
That's
loud
why I
that
said
that
the
is
analog horror thing.
I
What,
can't
you
even
thought I'd
tell
do
you
that for
how
a good
high
one?
pitched I got.
The
His-
problem is all of us need to shut the fuck up and listen
I
to
think
him.
it was
Yeah.
my mic.
it was his
Oh my
mic. It
god,
didn't
the
pick it
pressure
up.
of it.
Maybe you
Yeah.
need to get
I
in the
remember-
back of your room, Braden, and then do
I
it.
probably do. Just back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it was just like a small one, like.
That's
I actually do like that one, like a little gecko.
That's
I
perfect.
Yeah,
probably
Thank you.
attend to that laugh or something. I gotta do something about that.
Mix with that.
I love it.
That's like a baby that choked on drinking milk, is what it sounds like
Right?
to me.
Yeah,
dude.
I have to do. I gotta.
That
do
would be
something.
the perfect like you failed a mission in a kid's game sound. Like
I love it.
That's it.
I love it. Okay.
perfect.
So I'm gonna end this stream, and then we're gonna jump into another stream to do
Okay.
the whatever.
Goodbye. I
Mhm.
hope I see you again.
The wheel.
Yeah, don't forget to press record.
I'm still recording. It's on record. It's not the stream. The stream is the photos.
Yeah, let's see.
And then
Let
I'll
me get
start a
there.
new stream here. Okay, and here's the wheel. Okay, there you go. So wheels up.
The frick did I?
Get locked.
Why
Okay,
did-
so I realized. Okay, so little side note for the audience here. Daphne and I got married, and so
Woo!
we were really busy this last month, and so I actually realized I didn't ask anybody for new movies. Everybody has their movies from last month's wheel, other than Dayton, since his movie got picked. He added one of his other movies.
That works for me. I mean,
I've also weighted them a little bit differently. You can see on the
I don't
wheel.
even know what I
Yours
chose.
yours is Wag the Dog.
Like the dog still? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you can
it's
see on the
thicker.
wheel it's thicker. Yeah,
Some of them are thick.
the people who are thicker haven't had a movie picked yet. And the ones that are thinner have
There's
had
a
a
couple
movie
with more
picked.
girth than the others.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's why mine
So
didn't show up.
yeah, they're
Looks like Jeff's
girthy
got the most girth of
and
everybody here.
well, everybody has
Thank you.
even girth except for well, there's thick girth and there's thin girth, so that you're one or the other.
What the
That's
fuck?
My
all you
girth is
got.
embarrassing.
That's all you got. You and I, we got some thin girth. It's unfortunate. It's
Alright.
just the way it
It is
is.
a binary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we'll go through the movies. Brandon picked Wag the Dog. Jason picked Gantz Zero. Braden picked Deadstream. I picked Cube. Daphne picked Seven Psychopaths, and God damn it, Dayton, he picked. I gotta freaking look at it. What the heck is it called?
Man,
Onyx the Fortuitous. I'm pulling it
Oh
up.
yeah.
Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls.
I hope that gets picked, honestly.
yeah, that's
Shit,
gonna
I would
get
love to
picked.
watch that. Yeah.
What is that?
Damn it.
Okay, so let's see what gets picked. Here we go.
Just cursed yourself.
Hey,
saying
Ricky
that.
O was the other
Let's
one.
just make this
Don't
Oh,
a
curse it
big
by
Riccio.
not
series.
listening.
Jeff picked Riccio. Yes, sorry, I didn't say it.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh my
we're going Wag the Dog.
Wow.
Woof, woof.
Nice.
Woof,
Okay.
woof. All right.
All right.
You've had this one on here for a little while, Brandon, when you've been able to come.
Yeah.
So I'm very
I think it was
interested.
like my first choice.
Yeah.
Back in like January.
Yeah, very excited to see what it is.
Yeah,
So
same here.
all right, sweet. Well, that's the whole thing. Thanks for everybody for joining today, talking about this movie. Thanks everybody at
Yeah.
home for watching the video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we're gonna do more videos. If you want to watch Wag the Dog with us, that'll come out next month. And yeah, have a good one, audience. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.